All right. We'll get this going. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, especially today. I mean, it's the day before Thanksgiving. I didn't think anyone would really show up to a, multi-family investment deal Zoom call. But thank you so much for joining my call today. My name is Annabelle Pacheco. I am a real estate investor and a real estate broker. I've been in business for 24 years. I am part of a global real estate company called eXp Realty. And really the goal for me is to share with you guys each week the steps that I took to purchase in my first multifamily deal. Also bring guest speakers just from the multifamily space to share with you guys just more, just more information, help us expand our knowledge, and really just to give you guys enough information so that you can go out and do this on your own. I also will have people join that have opportunities, they're possibly working on, and they're raising some, additional funds. And if you guys want to partner up, I mean, again, this is just a platform where I'm just opening it up to everyone. And I really encourage everyone to participate, ask questions. Sorry about that. Ask questions and just, just share. It's a safe, it's a safe group. Anything, any information you guys need, this is kind of where you want to ask it. I'm not selling anything. I'm not offering anyone anything, and I'm not a financial advisor. I am actually just sharing my story and what I've done and what I've been through with all of you guys. Just a little bit about myself. I started in the mortgage industry in the mid-90s. I purchased over 100 properties throughout my career. Did, rehab, flips. In that process, purchased 1 to 4 units, kept them, managed them, and just eventually everything was sold. And pretty much in 2001 deviated a bit from real estate and built a 150 capacity restaurant from the ground up. So I had a staff, about 15 people, including managers, chefs, and servers running the restaurant. And really the last 10, 11 years of my business, I have focused 100% on representing clients in both the residential and the commercial real estate end of it, multifamily as well. And really cool, in 2015, I was finally ready to purchase my multifamily property, and I went out and found 34 doors in Texas, Grand Prairie, Texas, which is about 30-40 minutes from Dallas. And really at this time for me, it was more about, okay, I've done this flip, like fix and flip, and it's just a constant turnover. And I thought, all right, how can we stop this? And really we're just looking for a way to create cash flow and generational wealth. And it really happens when you're able to get yourself into multifamily. And for me, it was more like, okay, how do we make our money work for us, right? And here's the reasons why I invested in multifamily property. I hope it inspires you guys to do the same. But my reasons may not be your reasons, okay? So this is very personal. For me, it was, number one, I was looking for cash flow. And cash flow, just in a nutshell, is your rental income minus all of your expenses gives you that cash flow. And 2, I thought, how cool can it be that we actually have a tenant, all these tenants are paying down your mortgage, right? You don't even feel it. I mean, it's awesome. For me, it was the appreciation that when I bought this property, I really bought it with cash flow in mind, but I knew that over the long run, this property would appreciate. And it did, and I'll give you guys an example of what happened. And number 4, tax benefits. And there are other tax benefits, but for me, it was, depreciation, which allows you to expense a portion of the physical structure each year. And then the 1031 exchange, which allows you to defer that capital gain taxes. And there's no limit to how many times you guys can do this. Right? Any questions so far? Oops. All right. So let me give you a little example of what happened to me, and you guys can learn from this. So I found a multifamily property that had value add opportunity. Okay, and value add really just means that the property needs work and that it's in a position where you can go in there, renovate it, and increase the rent, which will increase your net operating income. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? Okay, so I purchased this property in Grand Prairie, Texas for $850,000. I actually, when I contacted the agent on the property, the agent happened to be the owner, and I was a buyer who happened to be an agent. So we really we hit it off. We were able to negotiate, and I actually had offered them, I had asked the seller if he would be willing to finance a note for 2 years. So we agreed, he said yes. And so we gave him a $350 down payment, and he carried a note for 2 years for the remaining balance, which was for $500,000. I don't remember what we paid him in interest, but it was 2 years of interest only that we paid. And this allowed us the opportunity to really go in there and remodel, update those units, and start increasing the rents. Because for multifamily, when you increase the rents, that's how you increase the value of the property. Okay. So by year 2, we were able to refinance, and the property had appraised at $1.6 million. Can you guys, someone mute themselves? There's some background. Okay. And so by the second year, we were able to refinance. And, I paid back the seller what I owed them, and we refinanced. We were at really almost double of what we had purchased it by year 2. And at that time, I was able to get a loan for $1 million. We were at a 65% loan to value, and I got all my money back. So at this point today, I have zero invested in this property, and the value, today's value, is $2.7 million. So that right there is a value add property. Now, hindsight, right? This was 6 years ago. Did I ever think buying in Texas 6 years ago that the value, this property would quadruple in value? I didn't think so. I thought, it's gonna definitely appreciate, but no one really knows. So I mean, it was a great deal. And you guys can see with all the repairs that were done, just right there with 1.6 million appraisal, the value came up, right, from just fixing the property up and increasing the rents. Any questions? We're all good?
How much did you put into it again? Maybe I missed it as far as our remodeling costs.
So we put in, okay, so we gave him $350 down, and I want to say we put in about another 350 into the property. So we were able to, we really got all our money back and a little more.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And finding these deals is not easy. You got to go through hundreds of properties and analyze hundreds of deals to find stuff like this. But you know what, I don't know, maybe it was beginner's luck, or it was, sometimes you're at the right time, right place, right time. And it's funny because I was actually in Texas at that time, and I was going through LoopNet and just searching. I was always searching, and this property happened to pop up, and we were there, and I said, let's drive out there, let's go take a look at it. And we had I didn't mention this, but I had a mentor who had already purchased in Dallas. He had done a lot of the research, and I said, all right, I'm going to Dallas. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. He's done well. I'm just going to stay there. And so when this property popped up, we went to go see, and I asked him if he'd come because I knew he knew the area. And we immediately saw the area. We saw the kind of, you can get an idea of the condition of the property from the exterior, and we knew it was a good deal. So I immediately called the agent, started talking to him, and when I found out he was the owner, and and you start digging and asking questions, I knew, okay, here's a good opportunity for us to negotiate. And it did, it worked out great. Now, anyone on this call currently own multifamily? Okay, are you?
No.
Nobody. Okay, are you in the process of purchasing, or are you just kind of beginning stages trying to understand just how the thing works?
I'm at the beginning stages and just researching and learning.
Okay, perfect. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So what I have for you guys today, I don't know, is Miguel on the call?
Hi, Annabelle. Yeah, I'm here.
Are you under trade support?
Yes.
Oh,
I wasn't able to. I wasn't able to. Oh, hold on, my video's off. Here we go.
yes.
There we go. Sorry, guys.
Okay, cool. Very, very good. Hi, Miguel. And is your partner here too?
Yes, Steve Williams is on the line as well.
Cool.
Yes,
all right. So
I am here. I am here. Hello.
Hi. Let me stop sharing my screen. Steve, there you
Okay.
are. Okay, cool. So I have invited Miguel and Steve. I think this is just a great opportunity for all of you on this call to see opportunities that are actually, on the market right now.
Right.
And Miguel and Steve are working on a property up north, I believe it is, right, Miguel?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. And so I've invited him to share with all of us, this project. And just a little background on Miguel. He is a licensed real estate agent since 2016. And he purchased his first property when he was 19 years old. So you got to tell us more about that. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. And he specializes in projects that are the worst homes in the best neighborhoods. That's it. I mean, that's really your value add opportunity. And his locations are Oakland, Berkeley, and the Sonoma County. And then I know Stephen, you're a real estate investor as well. I just want to make sure that
yes. Investor, investor, project manager, sales, you name it.
Perfect. Awesome. So I welcome Miguel and Stephen. And Miguel, feel free to share your screen with whatever information you have on this property. Perfect. And go for it.
All right, perfect. So first of all, thank you so much, Annabelle, for the opportunity, and just really appreciate it. Just a little bit of background about me. So I did buy my first investment property at 19 years old, and it was around 2008. So if you can imagine, things did not go well for me, right? So I actually went into foreclosure 3 times that year. I had 3 separate properties. I went into foreclosures 3 times, lost all 3 properties, and I learned from it. I went back to the drawing board. I figured out what I did wrong, what was going on, why did this happen to me? It was all brand new for me. And I started to realize that the best investors find the worst properties in the best neighborhoods. And so working with Steve, working with other teammates, that's what we're doing right now. So on this particular project, it's in Oakland. It's near one of the best middle schools in the Bay Area. It's in a highly sought out area. And Steve found this property that I'm going to share with you now.
Cool.
Let's see. Just have it, guys. So the main thing is always location, location, location.
And I talk about that also on my calls when I do specific topics. I mean, location is number one.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time pulling up. Steve, do you mind just talking about the project just a little bit while I pull this up here?
Sure. Yeah, sure, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah, no problem. So this place is in Lincoln Highlands in Oakland, California, a very sought after area. And the way that we discovered this property was it was actually listed on the MLS. So I know common rule of thumb that I've noticed with a lot of new investors that I come in contact with are the first thing they ask me, do you have any off-market properties? Do you have any off-market properties? But you know, that I think that is you know, of course it's possible and it's easier to work with off markets, but that doesn't mean that there isn't any opportunity.
You're cutting off, Steve. We're losing you. Is it me or can you guys hear him? Can't hear. I think we lost you. No, you're cutting off. No, can't hear. Yeah. Miguel, were you able to share your screen?
Yeah, sorry, just one.
Sure, no worries.
Yeah, really.
Oh, I think we lost him.
Yeah, that must be what it is.
He'll probably come back on.
Okay, so
So I know I mean, and I'll just kind of reiterate while Stephen gets back on. I mean, they do say when the property gets, you know, when it goes on the MLS that it's no longer a good deal. You know, the value add comes when it's off market deal and you're dealing directly with the property owner. You know, I think that yes, there is some truth to that, but at the same time, you can find some good deals on the MLS. You know, if you know how to search and you know how to negotiate, you also can get some good deals. I mean, we were able to, when I was doing a lot of flips here in California, there were times where, I mean, when I started in the 90s, it was auctions, but then as, you know, just as the years went by and it got harder and harder, there were times that we'd have to go and look in the MLS. And you do, I mean, you still can find some good opportunities there.
absolutely. And you know what, Annabelle, just to back that up, so I actually found a second deal here in Sonoma, which is it is in a $2.3 million neighborhood. I was able to get it under contract for $1.1 million.
Wow.
And it was on MLS. And it is a very basic fix and flip for sure. So definitely a lot of value in MLS. So I'm sorry about that. I wasn't able to pull up my project deck, but this is my baby right now. This is Lincoln Avenue. Right now it is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It is 858 square feet. So the point, first of all, sorry, can you see my screen okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do at this particular project is we're going to turn it from a 2-1, it says 3-1, but it's a 2-1, into a 3-3. And so we're going to add an extra bathroom, sorry, 2 extra bathrooms and 1 extra bedroom below the house. So it will be a 2-1 upstairs, excuse me. And then our value add is a 2-2 upstairs, 1-1 downstairs. This property actually sits on an acre, a little over 1.5 acres. It's right across the street from, if you're familiar with the Bay Area, the Oakland area, right across from the Temple and Head Royce Middle School. So Head Royce Middle School is one of the best schools in the Bay Area. We didn't get it at $799. We actually got it at $699. So Steve was actually able to help me get the price down by $100,000. And our value add is not only adding the extra bathroom, 2 bathrooms and bedrooms, but the plan is actually to add an ADU on the property as well, because it sits on 1.5 acres. So there will technically be 2 homes on the same lot. So we're going to pick it up.
I'm sorry, what is the square footage on that ADU?
The ADU so far, we're looking at a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 850 ADU. My goal, honestly, Annabelle, is actually to do a 3-bedroom, 1,000 square foot ADU on the property. That's my goal.
So does the single family residence, the house, is it only 858 square feet, or is it bigger than that?
It is a little bigger. Go ahead, Steve.
I can help you with this one a little bit, Miguel. Sorry, I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay.
With these older homes in Oakland, the house was built in the early 1900s, so they didn't have permitting processes back then. So a lot of the times you'll go into these properties and the public record will say one thing, but maybe the owner took down a wall or things like that. So the square footage can be a bit of a mystery sometimes. But from what it looks like the upstairs is about 900 square feet. But the downstairs, once we complete it, should add an additional up to 800, 900 square feet.
So the front house would be about 1,800 square feet.
Yes, 1,650 square feet plus.
Yes, perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it.
And so if we add, so I know, Annabelle, you like value adds, right? So if we go ahead and add the ADU to this property, then you add another 800 plus square feet to the total square footage of the lot, which is very attractive for buyers in this area. I know Steve talks about multi-generational living, and this is a perfect opportunity for this. So it's hard to see under here, well, maybe right here in this picture, but below here, right there in that garage area, it's actually, it's an unfinished room that won't be too hard to build out. The challenge is once you kind of go to the other side of this, that's where the construction comes in. So we're actually going to lift the house. We're going to frame it out, and this will be a 3-3, probably about 1,700 square feet, somewhere around there.
So is that like a basement?
It is.
Oh, it is a basement. Okay.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Absolutely.
It's like an extended crawl space, like a really big utility room / crawl space. But yeah, I think one of the major selling factors of this property is the lot size. So I'm sure we'll clear 1,000 a square foot on the entire project. But the lot size is really the major selling factor. It's really hard to get land this accessible in the area. So we were really lucky to be able to kind of swoop in on the listing, while there's so many investors in the area. But this was definitely one where from the photos, you can tell it's a big project, but if you can kind of see past the old deck there, it's actually a really, really amazing opportunity. And I heard Miguel say you like value adds. So another massive value add we're going to do, well, there's a couple. So the eco-friendly finishes, so tankless water heater, rain barrels for the landscaping and things like that. We want to do as much of that as possible, but also finishing the landscaping. The landscaping and the space around the property that's going to be our major selling point. That'll get us up with the comparables that we've seen close for 2.7 and 2.9.
So I have a question for you. Can you add anything else on this land?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So right now, I think right now the exciting part will be excavating a bit and moving.
Right.
There's a water feature on the property. There used to be a pond or a lake. So we're hoping that we're able to move the dirt and do some excavation and add a lot more flat space. And then we'll fill in that pond next to the front door, and then it'll add another area of flat space where we can kind of figure out new things to do. So we definitely want to address the parking situation, you know, and a number of other things. But definitely, yes, the lot, there's some flexible options. The seller actually gave us some plans that had like a bocce ball court and a detached garage, and a couple of other features there as well.
Nice. Do you guys have numbers to present?
Yeah,
Yeah. You want to go ahead with that, Miguel?
Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't have it drawn out for you, and I apologize. I meant to do that in advance. So we have a purchase price of $699. Right now, I have a construction budget that will be modified because I want to add that ADU there. But I have a confirmed construction budget of 400.
We'll probably go. We'll end up at 600, 650 with the ADU for sure.
Right, exactly, perfect. So that puts us at 1.5, and then with both the main unit and the ADU, where are we looking, Steve? Probably about 2.5, maybe 3.
Yeah, at least 1,000 a square foot. So if we if we do 1,600 in the main house, 800 in the second house, we should be looking at 1,000, 1,050 a foot, put us at 2.5, 2.6.
Right. If we get an emotional buyer, we should be able to push it above. But yeah, as far as numbers sake, that's where we are for sure.
So you guys are looking to raise how much?
So we're looking to raise, I have a lender right now that's willing to tie in the interest reserve into the loan and cover 100% of the construction. They're looking for 35% of just the purchase, which is nice, which comes out to a little over let's call it 245.
Okay.
So 245. I have 20,000 in escrow right now, but for ease sake, let's call it 225.
So 225 is what you guys are raising.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And I mean, if someone here on this call is looking to invest, what's their, rate of return, and just give us a little more information on that.
Yeah, right now I'm offering 25% on their money. We're looking at, because I'm actually going to have 2 separate builders, one work on the main house and one work on the ADU. So we're going to have 2 separate builders so that we work simultaneously to get this job done in a faster manner, honestly, and get it ready for, I'm thinking, what do you think, Steve? Probably late spring, early summer next year, get it on the market. What are your thoughts? Okay, I don't know, but yeah, as far as construction timeline, I think that's where we are.
So yeah, I have a plan to do some pre-marketing. So
right.
We'll get it. We'll start showing people the property once the front house is accessible.
Right.
And we have probably a way to market it to enter. So we'll do that. But I'm thinking the project should be fully complete by, I'm assuming, maybe August.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say, well, because we have a January 19th closing. So, break ground somewhere around late January, early February. So it's about a 6-month project, a little over 6 months.
But the
Yeah, we always
ADU
wanted to,
still has to get
obviously,
approved.
we want it to be faster. We want it
Right.
done ASAP, but
Right, but the ADU still has to get approved.
Correct. Yeah.
And
But
and that probably, I mean, you guys think that'll get done in 6 months?
yes. Yes. So ADU. So I have a company working that works specifically on ADUs. They're saying their typical turnaround for permits is 60 days. And
Okay.
so what we're going to do is we're going to do a prefab ADU. So if we do our, your standard concrete, it's going to take forever, but we're going to do a prefab ADU. That way we get our 60-day approval, and then it'll probably take them, I'm going to stretch it and say 2 months to build it. It's not going to take them that long, but let's stretch it to say 2 months.
Right.
The ADU will be done before the home for sure.
Mhm. Okay. All right, let's open it up because that's a lot of info. Any questions? Anyone have any questions for Miguel or for Steve? It's a great opportunity. No questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
So how do we get in touch with you if this is something that we want to invest in?
Yeah, so I can put my information, and I'll put, Steve, do you mind putting your information in the chat line as well? And you can get a hold of either one of us.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to type it in right now for you. And you can call or text, either one, and we can always set up a meeting. And then I'll add my email address too. Steve, do you mind adding your information too as well?
So the finished product, the finished property would be about 1,600 square feet?
So we can definitely, the way the footprint is set out, we
Uh-huh.
can double the current square footage. So if Steve is saying county records is showing 900, we should be able to do 900 downstairs. Based on what I see, I've been telling investors, contractors, whoever, that we're probably going to be around 1,700 based on what I personally see from the county, right? That's all I can really go by right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that comes out to 1,699, but I think we're going to end up around 1,800.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. And houses are selling for 2.5, 2.6 in that area?
Easily.
Wow.
Easily.
That is amazing.
Yeah. And multiple
talk about a
offers
value
available.
add. This is a perfect example of a value add opportunity.
So, and I'm glad you actually brought that up, Annabelle. So in this neighborhood, properties are selling 25% over asking, and they're usually selling between 7 and 13 days.
Incredible.
Steve found a gem on this one for sure.
That's how it is. You have to go through hundreds of them to find something like this. That's great.
That he did, for sure.
Really good. Any other questions? Or, anything else that you guys think would be important to share about this property or this project?
Yeah, so we do have a designer that comes in on every home that we're doing. And basically, she stays with the trends, and she designs everything for us. So I'm not a design person, so we have someone come in and does that. So it really, anything that I don't specialize in, I bring in a specialist for.
Perfect. So, and how long? So if I give you $225,000. I'm sorry.
Right.
Wait, you're short. How much money was it?
Well, because I do have 20 in escrow already, so I wouldn't ask for that portion.
Okay. So I give you $225,000. When do you expect that I would get my money back?
So I would say a 6-month timeline. Even if they're not done with construction by then, I would refi the investor out of the deal. So anytime, if I refi in 4 months, I'll take the investor out. I would say 6 months for sure.
Okay.
I would either refi or it will go on the market in that 6-month time period.
Okay. And if someone was looking to invest and get maybe not just 25% return on their money, but maybe, try and get a piece of the pie, the profit there as well, would you be open to that?
I'm definitely open to conversation for sure. Yeah. I mean, especially for an investor who can add network and expertise, it would be worth it. I would definitely be open for sure.
Okay. Okay. Any questions? I mean, this is great. Honestly, seems like an amazing opportunity. Do you have comps that you can show us of finished properties?
Yeah, Annabelle, that's what I wanted to pull up, but for some reason it wouldn't download anything. But now that you have my information, if you text me, I'll send you, either myself or Steve will send a project deck, and it has all the comps in the area.
Okay, well, it'd be great if you don't have anything, you share that deck, and just so that we can see, everyone on this call can see those finished, at least, $2.5 million homes that look
Right.
good in that area.
Steve, are you still on? Where'd he go? Okay,
No,
let me see.
I don't think he's
No,
on.
he's off, huh?
We
Okay.
might have lost him, yeah. Oh, no, he's on, but he can't hear us. His mic's on.
Okay. Let me see here. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here, and just let me see here.
Oh, did you send them to me?
I did,
Okay.
actually. But you know what? I wonder if Steve needs to give you access. Let's see.
You can try checking on Redfin. Someone's saying.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. So the nice thing about this area, is that if you have one home, that's a 3.233, it will sell for 1.8 easily. If you put 2, then you're in a whole nother bracket here. You're in a whole nother situation. Let's see.
Incredible. Hey, Bill, what do you think? I'd like to get maybe a little bit of your feedback. Bill Gross is my business partner.
I would love Bill's input for sure.
You're on mute, Bill. We can't hear you.
Yeah, this is not my lane. I'm learning. I have my student hat on and I'm taking notes, but this is way out of my lane. I was a contract guy. When you get to doing projects and building stuff, I'm fascinated by it, but it's just not I don't have anything to offer. I'll sell lots like that to people like you as a listing agent, and I'll do a good job selling it, but I don't really have the skill to convert it into a project.
Oh, that's okay. Let's see.
So that one there is 2,300 square feet, 1.695. But again, where's the subject property at?
I think it would be better if anyone's interested to reach out to me, and I'll send it to you too, Annabelle.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And it has, there's listing after listing that Steve pulled up, that I can definitely share comps with you for sure.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do that. All right, really cool. Great. Well, if anyone's interested and would like some more information, reach out to Miguel. And you did post your info, right? You on the chat?
Yes.
Okay, very good. You guys can reach out to him. ask more questions and get more information, that's for sure. And I mean, send it to me. I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna promise, that I'm in, because a lot of opportunities come my way and I have to be selective. I don't have,
For sure.
gee, I wish I had money. Believe me, I'd be investing in every single deal.
Tell me about it.
If I was able to just pull money from,
Tell me about
from
it.
my little ATM machine. But and I do, I mean, I've done the development part of it. I mean, I've built
Yep.
a home from ground up. I
Wow.
know
Yeah.
how long it takes. I mean, my most recent, I split 40, it was about an acre, and I did a lot split. And that's the other thing. Can you do a lot split on this property?
Not on this one, yeah,
Yeah,
because there's
okay,
there's just some grading issues there. It's
Okay.
not flat, so yeah.
okay,
Trust me, I thought
yeah.
I definitely thought about that one for
And
sure.
that's what I did on my last deal. I had a single family residence that was about 3,000 square feet on an acre. And I was able to split the lot, and I was gonna build, then I thought, no, you know what, I don't want to wait, because that's like
Yeah.
another 2 years.
Right.
And so I sold, but I mean, I did great, because we ended up purchasing the property for like $1 million, and just sold the house alone for $1.3 million.
I love it. Yeah, that's great.
And then, I sold a vacant lot for another $600,000. So,
That's great.
I mean, I get it. I understand what you're trying to do. I mean, obviously I don't know the market, but I'd have to do some more research. But
For
for
sure.
those on this call, these are great opportunities to create some capital, right? I mean, maybe you have 100, and that 100 you can convert it into, you can double it, right? Or
Absolutely.
somewhat. But yeah, no, I think it's a great project, and thanks for sharing it to the group. And if anyone's interested, reach out to Miguel directly, or Stephen. I don't know, did Stephen put his stuff in there, his info?
He didn't, but once you reach out to me, I'll definitely connect you with Steven.
Yeah,
For sure.
perfect.
He's got a lot of good
Awesome.
information.
Fantastic. And anyway, I think that's all for today, guys. I don't want to keep you on any longer. I know we're getting ready for Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and I'm not cooking, but I decorate. So that's my job. Everyone
love it.
here, everyone else here cooks. I decorate, and I like to set the table. But thank you guys so much for joining my call today. This call on multifamily spaces every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you guys want to reach out to me directly, feel free as well. I can put my contact, and I will do that right now on the chat. And then everyone will get a copy of this video. If you want to go back and listen to any information on there, feel free to check it out, and join me next week as well. And I have other guests coming on next week. They're presenting another big project they're working on. So you know what, just come join. You're going to learn. You'll become familiar with multifamily and just real estate period in general. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you again for joining my call, and I will see you guys next week.
Thanks, Annabelle.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes,
Thank
happy
you for the
Thanksgiving.
opportunity. Have a
Take
happy
care.
Thanksgiving.
Yes, thanks, Miguel. Good job.
Thank you.